Hey folks, I'm back. I'm here to motivate you, to inspire you, to give you a bit of words of wisdoms, experiences and perspectives and know-hows. And that's what it is. Check this. What do I want to talk to you guys today about? Well, the subject, the area, the matter of how do I know when to quit? Check this. First and foremost, how many of us out there are in these kind of situations where we've applied so much effort and exhausted ourselves and we feel like quitting? Or we just quit too damn early? Or the fact that we can't be bothered with this person. First and foremost, there's a couple of things just to bear in mind before you do quit or before you decide to quit. First and foremost, it's each to their own individual situation and circumstance. I don't know what kind of situation or circumstance that you're in, but there are a few rules before you do want to quit, if you do want to quit, to consider. First and foremost, don't quit too early. Give it a go. Keep on going. Yeah? Secondly, if it's a group thing, that you're engaged in business or a relationship and it's you that is doing the most amount of work, you feel that way anyway, and you want to quit, you don't have control over how much effort, how much input that the other person has. So if you are applying yourself and you ain't getting the same amount of effort back and you want to quit, that's fine, because your partner is not on the same page as you. You've tried everything, that you've hanged out, you've held out, and they just ain't applying the same input. And I'm talking about work relationship, business relationship, intimate relationship, wherever have you. You've given it a lot of effort, you've exhausted yourself, but they just are not on the same page. Then, after a while that you've tried, you've exerted yourself, then you might consider different alternatives. I'm not just trying to say quit when the going gets tough, because you also have to go through the tough times. And after the tough times, if things are still going downhill, and also it's a number of tough times, not just one incident, but it has to be consecutive. Not necessarily one after another, but you know, one thing and then another thing and another thing, and not straight away I'm talking about. Those are two things to bear in mind. Let me just recap and summarize, because I'm going to lose in the plot here because I'm getting a bit too carried away. Because it doesn't make sense to you guys, and by doing that I have to make sure it makes sense to me so I can talk and convey my message. So first and foremost, don't quit too soon. Secondly, the other person who you're involved in may not share the same input or may not share the same enthusiasm as you. So it might be you applying the most effort and you might be worn out. You just can't be bothered with them anymore. You have no control over that person, but you do have a lot of control in your hands in terms of how you want to apply yourself in a situation, whether in whatever sort of relationship that you're in, business, work, or intimacy. So, first and foremost, note that you can influence a person, but you can't change them completely. This is the thing that I'm talking about. You can only influence the people to a degree, and it's up to them if they want to be influenced by you. That's the second thing. The third thing is, if you've not gone through the tough times yet, and you're giving up too quickly, don't quit. Now's not the time. Wait until the going gets tough, work it out, work at it, and if things are still going downhill, keep on going. That's in the long run. That's the third thing. And then you might want to consider different alternatives. But when things are good, and all of a sudden things are a bit rocky, don't quit. Ride it through and then see what happens. Yeah? Those are a couple of things to think about. I don't know what each and every person, what kind of situation that you guys are in terms of if you want to feel like quitting. It might be a work thing. It might be a thing where, you know what, I can't stand my job. I can't stand the people in there. I just can't stand the hours. I haven't got anything else to do apart from work like a dog, earn my money. And what do I do with my money? How do I spend it? Do I just spend it like, you know, on the weekends, drink, and just get drunk and all sorts, and all of a sudden it's back to that rat race again. It's not fulfilling, it's not enjoyable, I'm just doing it because of the pay, and that's it. I want to quit. If it's that kind of thing, then look for an alternative. You've obviously ridden it out, that you've had the hard times and that, and you're only hanging out because of the fact of the money factor, right? I'm assuming that. If that is the case, then you've got to look at something else. This is what I'm talking about, because I have not got the answers to every single thing out there, but I do know, what I can say is just a few things. Them basic principles that I've just given you right there. Hold it out, ride it out through the storm. This is what I'm trying to say. Look for an alternative. Okay? That is just a couple of concepts about knowing when to quit. When do you quit? You know, if it's detriment, when it's affecting your health, then you might want to consider quitting. I'm not all for quitting straight away. No, I'm quitting The only time that I personally, from my personal experience, that I would want to quit is once I've applied myself to the max or done whatever I can. I've looked for so many different alternatives. Then, at that time, I'll give myself a certain period. And if there's no results, then I'll quit at that area and try something else. Or I'll go elsewhere. This is what I'm talking about. That is how you know when to quit. But the funny thing is, everyone has a different threshold. And it's each to their own. Each journey is to their own, because one day something is going to get too much and then you're going to quit. But you don't have to wait for that. And that's my point. Get clever in terms of give yourself, for example, a certain period, a certain time. And if it's gone past this time, then that's it. Cap it. Do something else. That's just an example. I'm not trying to say to you just quit. No. Write it out. See where it takes you. See where you go and where you end up in. And again, it's each situation to their own. These are just some examples, some ideas to give you in terms of if you are thinking about quitting in life. So guys, I hope that's been insightful. If it's helped, it's all good. If it hasn't, then just ignore what I have to say and go about your way. So, I'm going to leave you on that note from me, my little man, my little boy. Son, say bye.
Bye.
Again, say bye.
Bye.
You know, you slapped my face there, son. Be careful.